Good day to you, I'm LionHeartBlue, and welcome to another episode of my Scrap Mechanic survival series. In the previous episode we went and collected some chemicals. I've offloaded the majority of them from my vehicle to the chests over here, and we've been crafting concrete. I have been laying some on the ground, and I made some changes to my defensive wall thing here. So we now have a sensor which goes off when you get close to it, so that opens, and in the same way after 5 seconds, 10 seconds, I forget, it closes. I've extended this out, so this is the pressure plate. It's, as you can see, it's dipping down at the front. That's because there's only suspension on the back end. I might have to add some on the front here, but it gives a bit more room to come up and drive. Actually, I haven't tested it with a vehicle, so let's do that quickly now, and then I'll talk about what we're going to do today. Oh, trying to turn around, but skidding everywhere. So I still have to, because my ground clearance is small, I still have to lift my suspension. But now there's a bit more room coming up here, so I don't crash straight into the door. And then we come in and drive over to our parking space. That's the idea, and it's working pretty well. Then we've got the blades on the front, and that's what they do. So if there's any bots coming along, I can either turn. At the moment, oh yeah, forgot about that. I can either yeah, sorry, at the moment I can turn it on manually only. I'm planning to probably link it to this switch, so they either come on at the same time or to the pressure plate. So if this is on, the pressure plate turns off, but these come on if the pressure plate's activated. And I think this might need to come down a bit because it's a bit too close before it detects the vehicle. So if I want to drive out, oh, I mean, it works, but I have to be careful. Bit of lag when I drive over that pressure plate, but it's fairly minimal. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I dropped down to about 10 frames while I'm on that plate, but once I'm over into the base it's fine. Back up to 100. I've also been doing some tests because I'm going to have to go and get more chemicals soon. I think we've managed to craft, what have we got? 2, 5, 2, 5, 6. So we've got a fair amount. But I believe I'm probably all out of chemicals now. Yeah, all out of chemicals. So I was thinking, same for oil actually, like I'm thinking I want to build some sort of tanker, because I've got to sit over there anyway, whether I get oil or whether I get chemicals. I've got to sit there, so there's no point leaving the pumps and that there, because nothing happens while I'm not there anyway. So I want to build a kind of a big round tanker. If I can fit a craft pot in it, great, and I'll explain why in a minute. And then I want the like have lots of chests in it with lots of pumps, which I can push out into the oil or into the chemicals or even into water, whatever, and it fills up all the chests. And for the oil, the craft pot, in it I can get it to start crafting and turning that oil into fuel while I'm driving back here, and I can leave it crafting in there, so I don't have to then load it all into here. So the thing I was thinking is there a way to use vacuum tubes or pumps that are not attached to the chests themselves? So for example, if this was like this, so for example, let's imagine that the craft bot is here. So let's say that this here is the craft bot, and it's got pumps, and then as the chests pull back into, sorry, not got pumps, it's got the vacuum tubes, and as these chests come back into the tanker, would that attach and then be usable? Well, unfortunately it doesn't. So even though it looks like it's as close to that hole as possible, it doesn't seem to work, unfortunately. I've tried actually moving the pump onto this, and that doesn't work either. I can demonstrate that if I put that down. I'm trying to think of different ways I can do this. So that's, you know, it's kind of on but not connected. There's no way of doing, unless you physically attach them. It doesn't work, unfortunately. Because I thought it would be great if I didn't have to have the whole system kind of moving out into the oil pond. If you've got any suggestions like this, I don't know if I've made myself very clear, but if you imagine lots of these, in fact in a similar structure as this, so they're all connected, and there'd be pumps on the end, on two ends, top and bottom if you like, that gets pushed, this is a vehicle, they get pushed out of the vehicle and down into the ponds, and then they come up and then back into the vehicle, and there'd be a craft bot sitting here which I can then set off to craft whatever. If there's a way of doing something like this, so you can dynamically attach pipes or pumps, let me know. It might be possible, maybe I'm not doing it right, but any suggestions are welcome. But we'll see how we go here. I don't think this is concrete's going to last very long anyway, so we'll see how far we get. So I'll start placing these blocks, and we'll come back when I run out, I guess, or when we move on to the next stage. Sadly, well, that's it. I think it took me longer to place the lights than it did place all this. Wow, it does not go very far. I need to craft a lot more. I think I've got enough. I've still got enough like resource, enough stone, I believe. Yeah, still over 1,000. I think it's 1,000 blocks. It's just the chemicals that I keep running out of. I'll see if I've got any more, just to be sure. Well, there's 20 there. I think I collected it all, but oh, no. Okay. Well, we can do a little bit more. Yeah, okay. We can do a little bit more, but it's not going to get us too much further. So there's an empty crate somewhere. Here we go. So what I think I'll do is, while this is crafting up, we'll get another... we'll get on with the next stage. I think I need to get water as well. So I should actually hook the system up to the other crate chests as well, so the water comes in here. That would also make more sense. So I don't have to keep moving the water around. Oh, not a toilet. And we're going to see if I can place pillars somewhere. So I want a walkway here underground, which will allow me a bit more access to the farm here if I need to. So we're not going to go much further than this. So I want the pillars to start, which will, I mean, it doesn't serve much purpose, but they will kind of be propping up the upper floor, if you like. It's more aesthetics than real purpose, because you know, you can float the floors essentially, but I want it to look semi-realistic. He says with floaty vehicles in the background. So how high do we want the underground car park? I think that's probably about high enough. I don't think I'm going to have vehicles much higher than that. If I do, I'm going to regret it. Nice. Could have placed that. Oh, no. Let's go up another... Actually, I need to go above that anyway. Oh, I'm about to delete a block. So let's put this back up, and I need to weld it. Where's my welder? So I need to see how many, because we need to get above this anyway.
So many guts. Just put that's not going to be completely accurate, but give me an idea. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. It's so deceptive. When I was up there, it looked like it was too high, but I'm not sure that it is. Oh! What I'm trying to do is jump over here. Right. Yeah, I think that's enough. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I probably don't have enough of these either. So let me put another plane cap on. And that's going to be the height of the garage. So what I'll do for now, as I have an abundance of this block, we'll start a roof with this. Oh. Roof, ceiling, floor, whatever you want to call it. I can't seem to be able to drag blocks like this, but wow, that's a lot higher than I was expecting it.
Now I'm thinking it's too high for a first floor. So, new plan. Not doing that. We'll take 2 off. Hey, come back. And maybe that can stick out the floor. Or we'll have the floor here and then that can go up. I'll have ramps to go up, so that's higher over there, but I think this is a much better height. Don't really want it bigger than this, or higher than this. I I don't think. It's such a waste of space otherwise. I think that certainly makes more sense. He says floating wooden floor above his head. So what I'll do is a pillar there. I'll probably have to do one in the middle somewhere to make it look legit. That can probably attach to the wall here, so I don't need too many pillars. So if I move this, and I'll place the rest of the concrete, and then I'll get on placing more of the floor. Let's go and get the concrete. I think we're out of chemicals again, I imagine. Yeah. What do we get? Almost another 3 blocks. 3 full blocks, stacks, whatever you want to call them. 3 blocks, yeah, 3 stacks, I mean. Here we go. So I pretty much run out of resources, as you saw. Only got a bit left, a bit of brick left and that. Let me explain what I'm doing. I've left like what they call castellations at the top, but I don't think I like it. I don't want it to look like a castle at all. It's just, I did it so I didn't fall off when I'm up there. But yeah, I tried to add effect, but not really what I'm going for. But anyway, I guess I'll change that when I do the walls for up there. You can see roughly what I'm getting at. I've got a few little doors to get out to where I need to go. I want to finish laying the floor here, and we can park a vehicle in the middle then. You see a rough idea of my plan. So each parking space is going to have these hazard blocks which they get welded to, and there'll be a, just for fun, white line around the parking space. We're going to have to leave a gap here for vehicles, because obviously when they go up the ramp, and I'll work out at a later date how far back it needs to go. I think this might be too much now, so I might be able to bring this in a bit, but for now, so there's, oh, and I left this here because I need some sort of, there's not much turning space, and there's not a lot of room to get past vehicles. I don't think that's going to stay there. I think whatever vehicle goes there might park it on its side. But I've had to leave this, so I'm going to get rid of this bit of the farm at the back. I won't extend the farm anymore. It will close off here. I'll do it. I'll add a couple more plots to get up to the end here, and then that's the maximum this farm will be. But then we've got this space, and I'll come out here with the parking. And I think I'm going to have parking at the back here for my largest vehicle, which will be the tankard that I mentioned earlier. But this also gives a bit of space to reverse, so we can reverse this before we go out. Second problem, as you may have seen as I attempted to go out of this building, I wanted to put more, I wanted to close up this roof section here, but then I can't get out either with the vehicle. So what I'm going to have to do now is add a second kind of flap opening, which I'll get similar to this, but it will trigger and it will open out. Oh, it can't. Yeah, it'll have to open up upwards or outwards or something. Okay, so we have a solution. It works fairly well. I'll show you what happens now. It's very simple really, but if I now attempt to activate that, you'll see that the top opens as well. So now we can make our way out. Badly. And then it all closes. Now I couldn't make the door any bigger, otherwise it takes up too much of the floor, so that's why I had to do it that way. So I'll show you going back in again. It's not perfect because of the ground clearance, and the ramps are a little bit steep for this type of vehicle, but and obviously you see that everything opens and you drive in and only just make it out there. So when this is gone, which might be in a minute, it'll be much easier to drive straight here. And then what we're going to do is put the landing pad will go on the top there somewhere, but a proper landing pad, not this horrible thing I've made. Cool, so I think for now I will leave you, and I will ask you one more time if you've got any suggestions on how I can do this, sort of like a dynamic way of joining the crates, either the crates to a craft bot or vacuum pumps to crates or vacuum tubes to crates. Any of those things, if there's a dynamic way to do it like this, I'll be very grateful to hear about it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the development of my base. Sort of finally taking some sort of shape. It's been a bit flat for what, 20 episodes or so. I think now it's got a bit of a front to it. It's pretty ugly, in my opinion. We'll add some windows, maybe colour it, and I'll work out a slightly better system for loading logs onto here. Yeah, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified of videos that come up in the future. I'm going to work out why my frames have just dropped to 10, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.